Inanna, queen of heaven and earth, was one of the most powerful goddesses of ancient Mesopotamia. She was the goddess of love, fertility, war, and power. Her name echoed through sacred temples, where priests chanted hymns and kings awaited her blessing. Then, one day, Inanna made a decision no one could understand. She chose to descend into the Underworld. The official reason was simple. Her sister, Ereshkigal, the queen of the Underworld, had lost her husband, Gugalanna. Inanna claimed she would attend the funeral, but the gods knew better. This was not just a ritual visit. It was a quest for something deeper. Inanna sought the wisdom of darkness. She wanted total power, not only over the heavens and earth, but also over death. Dressed in her 7 sacred garments and adorned with divine jewelry, she gave one final command to her loyal servant, Ninshubur. If I do not return in 3 days and 3 nights, go to the gods. Beg for my life. At the entrance to the Underworld, Inanna was stopped by the gatekeeper Neti. He asked who she was and why she had come. "I am Inanna, queen of heaven and earth," she said. "I have come to witness the funeral of Gugalanna." Neti delivered the message to Ereshkigal, who gave a chilling response. Let her enter, but strip her of her power at each gate. So began the descent. At the first gate, Inanna gave up her crown. At the second, her earrings. The third, her necklace. The fourth, her breastplate. By the time she passed through the 7th and final gate, she stood naked, stripped of all divine glory. Before her stood Ereshkigal, cold, silent, and filled with resentment. And with the gaze of death, Ereshkigal struck her down. Inanna died. Her lifeless body was hung on a hook, left to rot in the shadows of the great below. But Ninshubur had not forgotten. She went to the gods, pleading for help. Enlil and Nanna refused. Only Enki, god of wisdom, responded. He created 2 tiny, shadow-like beings and gave them the water and food of life. They slipped into the underworld unnoticed, listened to Ereshkigal's cries, and offered sympathy rather than judgment. In return, Ereshkigal gave them Inanna's body. They poured the life-giving water. They fed her the bread of life, and Inanna breathed again. But the laws of the underworld were absolute. No one may leave without sending another in their place. As Inanna ascended back to the world above, her eyes were changed, sharpened by death and shadow. She looked upon her people, and saw one who had not mourned. Dumuzi, her husband, sitting on his throne, untouched by grief. She chose him. The demons of the underworld dragged Dumuzi away. He screamed, he ran, he begged, but none could save him, until his sister, Inanna, stepped forward. "Let me take his place for part of the year," she offered. The gods agreed, and from that day on, Dumuzi would spend half the year in the underworld and half in the world of the living. And so the cycle was born, death and return, winter and spring, sorrow and hope. Inanna's descent is not just a myth, it is a reminder. There is no rebirth without descent into darkness, no transformation without sacrifice, no life without death.